Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is going to be game 3 in this best scene. Our pink Zerg player in the bottom left spawning position on Antigua Shipyard. It is xOxOSourgeckoZ. And in the top right, it is DOaHTOMarioT spawning as our green Terran. Very, very, very glad, I must say. Finally, Blizzard has forced cross spawns. This is very nice strictly because if the Terran were to spawn here, you can put siege tanks here, and here, and here, and literally just start killing shit over here with scans. So annoying. Absolutely makes taking your third base miserable. In the same respect, Broodlords pop here, Terran's thirds here, sieged up, and, well, it makes... It's just so bad. So they have finally forced cross spawns. This can also lead to some interesting things like 6 pools. You are obviously aware of exactly where your opponent is. Makes it pretty easy. But no shenanigans coming out just yet from our 2 players. Just discussing the last game. If you guys did not see game 2, it was freaking awesome. We got to see everything from new Widow Mines, Reaper contains, Widow Mines contains proxy factories, proxy starports, all sorts of swarm host action, and then the most epic Raven battlecruiser switch late game that I've seen from a Terran in quite some time. It is not easy to pull off, but he did it. 15 hatch. And double racks coming out. No, this was not like a double 11-11. Fairly close though. It does look like it was like maybe like a 11 or like a 12-14 type of deal. He is saying you do love your proxy is too strong. So we will see, does SourgeckoZ pick up on this? Yes, he is in fact going to see this. No! He pulled back just in the nick of time. And, oh, now he sees it. Calls him out for it as well. Two-Rax Reaper is in fact going to happen, and this is a very cool position because then they can just hop down this ramp, and get going instead of having to, like, come way over here, hop down, then hop down. So we are going to see a 2-Rax Reaper, no bunkers. More than likely going to see an immediate Spinecrawler put down, and it doesn't look like it's going to be 2-Rax Reaper as he was found out. It's just going to be Reaper Marine. Yes, forces 1 Spinecrawler out. I'm going to need to see a second Spinecrawler though here. And now just switching into 2 Marines. Actually going to metagame his opponent as he has gone for a Reaper Rush the past 2 games. So more than likely just going to be using this 1 Reaper to in fact scout, get some information, figure out what's going on. He's going to go up to a quick 3rd CC out in the open. Mario getting ballsy as hell here. NG Bay coming up, so it does look like he is in fact going to be playing a bio style. Not what he has done the past 2 games. He has in fact gone very, very, very heavy mech. And dropping down a 4th CC. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, to be honest, folks. This is an absurd best of 3 with some absurd tactics coming down as well. 3 Queens will be able to thwart any sort of aggression from just 3 Marines. really mind gaming each other with this chat saying, wonder if 20 Marine, or, oh, and does look like he just made this engineering bay because he's probably going to make this a planetary fortress. And in fact, we do see Terran building armor being researched. This is a crazy type of expansion play. He's in fact just going to be like, okay, well, you're going to have to bust down this planetary fortress that's also going to have extra building armor. So it's not going to matter. Third already. LOL. Yes, he does know that, in fact. And I wouldn't be surprised, yes, we do see 3 gas being thrown down, 4 gas being thrown down, so if he can go to like something like a 2-base Muta, really start doing a terrible amount of damage. Now Mario, since he has been expanding so quickly, is going to need to be aware of this and make sure that he gets up missile turrets and other things to defend against. Missile turret already coming down, still not using these 2 barracks at all. Planetary fortress coming down. Also a very, very cool emblem. Not really sure what that is. Ah, it's the side of a marine, it looks like, or something of that nature. So no third coming out yet, and layer on the way. Tons of queens out. Third now coming down. I'll be very interested to see. Mario is still technically behind in the income, even though he's on 3 bases, but once he has 3 orbitals up and running, he's going to have a hell of an economy compared to his opponent here very, very shortly. Creep coming out like crazy from Sourgecko. High-sec auto tracking to make sure that these turrets and planetaries are much, much better. Spire being thrown down once the scan expires. Very cool play. Infestation pit showing that, and then throwing down the spire. So it does look like he might actually be moving in 2 mutas. Trying to find this marine up here. There are missile turrets everywhere. This is a pretty interesting thing. I've never seen this type of build come out from a Terran player. But I feel like with this engineering bay, especially getting the upgrades for the buildings, stuff like that, it seems like it could be really strong. Now he's moving into mass mech play. Oh my god, 4 factories coming down, as well as 2 already here and a starport here as well. Double armory. So once he basically just used this bio and this tank to get his economy established, then moves straight into a mass mech play. Very, very cool style coming out of DOaHTOMario. He is quite behind in supply at the moment, but if he can hold all of this, you don't quite need this many missile turrets for drops. But, hey. Mutas do come out, so in fact he was lying, and as we can see, +1 also being researched from the Spire as well as Enduring Locust. Really likes his Locust play in this matchup so far. Not a terrible amount of mutas yet, but 6 more on the way. This is when you're starting to get to that very, very, very high critical mass. And would love to see some Thors starting to be produced. Really start bolstering this army up. He is supply blocked with 5 supply depots though on the way, so won't have to worry about that too much. It does look like he's going to be making some sort of proxy marauder or something. Not really sure what's going on here. Is this just going to... Yes, he is in fact going to be taking the gold. A assload of queens, to say the least. This is in fact the measurement for assload. Right here. Crazy strong force coming out here, but there is pretty much no anti-air, just these couple Marines. And he's really going to have to do a ton of damage, as now he is committed to this, and with so many mutas here, he is in fact going to speed boost up there, take all of these Hellbats and start running into the natural. These Hellbats are going to try and do a ton of damage, should siege up this. Mario losing a crapload of stuff, though. This was a terrible decision from Mario at the moment, really just not doing a lot of damage. These mutas are even going to pick off these medvacs before they can even drop, and Mario just lost pretty much his entire army for basically nothing, although there is a drop at the third as well, not being microed at all. Does look like he's going to in fact get this third, though, so a little bit of a win, and he is in fact putting up his fourth, but the fourth is already up and the fifth is on the way for Sourgecko. But this gold is ever so important. Tons of missile turrets, spider mines, or widow mines. Jeez, I keep making Brood War references. Drilling claws coming out, as well as 2-2 burrow on the way for our Zerg player. This Spire was so close to dying, 35 whole HP. Nidus Network is out now, and we will see how this is utilized. The muta's just bouncing back and forth, trying to pick off some stuff. 2 more missile turrets are going to go down, though. And all these mutas are going to fall extremely quickly. The Vikings in 4 missile turrets with high-sec auto-tracking plus widow mines. Yes, as you can see, Sourgecko was not aware that was a very bad drop. And we're going to see a widow mine drop. And this line of queens is absurd. This medvac is going to fall with 3 widow mines in it. Not good. Hellbat's just going to be attacking this base. Mass queen play coming out. Seven siege tanks on the way as well. With these swarm hosts starting to siege up the gold, though, it's going to be kind of tough. Another CC on the way. And, oh my god, he's just making so much mag. It is stupid. This planetary will be able to hold for quite some time, though, and the Vikings even being dropped now. Into the face of danger, just like the heart of the swarm cinematic. Should start moving up these siege tanks just a little bit. These locusts aren't going to be able to do a terrible amount with this planetary and all of this fire from the siege tanks. Not to mention we have a couple widow mines here that are also able to contribute. Does sound like we have... Where is that Nidus Network happening? There's a drop of widow mines down here, cleaning this up. Drop of widow mines down here as well. All of these workers are about to die. Where is the Nidus Network? There's so much going on, guys. I do apologize. This is extremely difficult to keep track of, and all of these workers die. Those widow mines just paid for themselves. There's no mining going on over here. Does look like this base has been found out. Ton of these poor swarm hosts going down. This base is going to be taken by Mario. So now his income is substantially ahead of the Zergs. He has denied mining here. He has killed all of the drones here. There's pretty much nothing left in here. So this is the only base worthwhile for our Zerg player. Very, very unfortunate. I wonder if Locusts can hit the SCV line from up here, as they do have 3 range. Looks like he's just going to say, screw it, I'm pushing forward. Really going to start sieging up these siege swarm hosts. Very interesting siege on siege battle here. And it does look like the tanks, in fact, are just going to say, screw you guys, we're going in for the kill. Not quite sure where that Nidus network is going down again. So much action happening everywhere. Viking coming up here to kill. Sorry about that, guys. Clicked the scoreboard accidentally. Tons of action coming out. Now all these queens being pulled back. These tanks just stutter stepping and killing off so much. Once these swarm hosts get burrowed, though, this will be a great amount of damage that he can deal. But he lost his natural now. Nidus being thrown down as well. Nidus worm over there, and a Nidus worm was in the main, but it was cleaned up by this tank, and now everything has finally been cleaned up. This is absolutely insane, folks. Crazy aggression all over the place. These bases have been found out. This base was entirely cleaned up by landed Vikings, and it does look like he is going to do the same thing up here. Siege tanks being cleaned up. Actually just going to be dropped. No, flying right past the Mutalisks and the Corruptors. You about to get these guys out of here. Get these guys out of here. No. The Medvac does go down. Huge mech army still for DOaHTOMario. And as we can see, the supply difference is becoming quite substantial now. He's, well, really lacking in the income. The income for the Terran player, twice the amount of harvesters. Everything is just going great for Mario at the moment. Some pretty sick play, to be honest, from this mech style. Really quite impressed. Does look like we're seeing SCVs transported all over the place now. Mario taking bases wherever in the hell he pleases. A Nidus network coming down over here, though. But with this planetary here, I'm just not sure that he's going to be able to do a terrible amount with it. I mean, it's a ton of queens, it does look like, going into the Nidus, but, again, they're just not that high of DPS. Now he's going to really have to start microing these around so they can all, in fact, engage. Transfuses going down, killing off quite a bit of SCVs, but we also see a huge tank push coming up here to pretty much the only mining base of xOxOSourgeckoZ, and this could spell the end for our Zerg player after an amazing best of 3. That is the only mining base left. In fact, now another Nidus network going down, but it's going to be killed by this tank. The spotter for the Overlord going down as well. Another Nidus network, and it's just not going to matter. There's a planetary here, plenty of SCVs to enforce. 3-3 on the way as well. And xOxOSourgeckoZ really well played 3 games, but just has to call the GG. That was a sick best of 3, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it as much as I did. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at SGCWE, /SGCWE on YouTube. Please feel free to also leave some constructive criticism. Would love to hear feedback from you guys and let me know how I can improve. So yeah, DOaHTOMario does take this best of 3. Very good series, very long series, about an hour and a half for all 3 of the games, but well worth watching. So stay tuned. There's going to be tons more content coming out daily on my YouTube channel, as there has been for weeks now. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I very much appreciate it. Stay tuned for more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action, and more than likely a little bit of Wings of Liberty, as there will be a lull in Heart of the Swarm for about 2 weeks after beta closes. So, thank you for watching. Please come